Seme Area Command is the command that leads to about 5 other countries within the sub-region and more. This command leads to Benin Republic close to us, to Togo, to Ghana, to Ivory Coast, to Senegal, and even up to Gambia. The command also has relationship with other countries like Cameroon, Niger, Chad, and Central African Republic, whose goods and services traverse this corridor. Since my coming here in January 23rd, 2023, we've done our little best to reposition the command. But beside that, we've also done our little best to encourage the Customs Officers Wives Association to be their utmost in the delivery of services to people in the community. My main work here is to collect revenue for the federal government and suppress smuggling. I can boldly say that we have succeeded in both assignments, and I have evidence to prove it. Please, when we go back, tell the CGC that the assignment he gave me to do here, that I've done my utmost best to succeed. My revenue target is 1,966,000,000. As at this morning, we have collected 2 billion plus. What it means is that even before the year has ended, we have already exceeded our revenue by over 144 million. I want to thank your husband and thank members of COWA here who has also donated their husbands to us to achieve this feat. I want to thank most especially my wife, the chairperson, Mrs. Chinelo, for all the sacrifice she has made with my absence from home. Madam, this morning you've had why I've not been coming home. I have to exceed this target for the benefit of Nigeria and humanity. Today you are going to help us commission our refurbished hospital, for which Dr. Wangwo, the Zonal Coordinator Medical, is here. I want to thank the women who are into clearing here, who have been supporting us. The revenue we collected and exceeded, most of them paid. Where is Madam Aramide? She's not here. Most of them paid this duty, and I have so much respect for them because they're in a jungle where men are supposed to operate. So you can see how beautiful and nice they're looking. Unfortunately, let me use the opportunity to announce that I've been transferred to Tinkana Land Port Command. I don't know whether to say I am happy leaving you people, but the truth is that I'm a civil servant, and whenever duty calls, I must report. I want to thank you once more for coming along with your entourage. When you are going back, may God bless you.
It is my pleasure to welcome the President of Customs Officers Wives Association, COWA, Mrs. Kikelomo Adeniyi, on her maiden visit to Seme, chapter of COWA. May I also, on behalf of our members, congratulate the Acting Controller General of Customs, Mrs. Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, on his appointment. COWA Seme chapter also thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his choice of Mr. Adeniyi to lead the Nigerian Customs Service at this auspicious time. The appointment welcomed by the entire Nigerian business community, especially those in the maritime sector. Mr. Adeniyi is a square peg in a square hole who has dedicated all his life in the meritorious service of the nation as a facilitator of customs business process. Our President, Mrs. Kikelomo Adeniyi, will compliment this fine gentleman. COWA President, your visit is gratifying to members of this chapter. It has restored our confidence and hope of sustaining COWA as a support system of our husbands as they carry out their national assignment. Madam President, it is in line with that support that you will commission our rebranded Seme Area Command Hospital. The hospital was refurbished with the support of the acting CGC, who graciously supplied it with furniture, television sets, hospital equipment, and drugs. In line with our policy of supporting the CGC's call for partnership of customs with their hosts, especially with the border communities, you also flag off a medical outreach in Zango community in Seme, where our team of medical personnel, led by the Zonal Medical Director, Controller Dr. Roland Nwankwo, will conduct checks and administer drugs on the members of the communities. Madam President, every scene is a challenge. There are technical challenges, but often you feel a sense of achievement when you pull it off. The Customs Area Controller, Seme Command, Controller Deranadi MNI, has played a tremendous role in this determination and constant effort to ensure we succeed as a body. Through his support, we were able to identify some issues and took some measures to address them. This resulted in the modest success Seme chapter have recorded as since my assumption of office. Permit me to mention some of them. These include visit to Atinuke physically challenged persons' homes and orphanage, where we donated cash, foodstuff, beverages, and medicaments. Visit to Badagry General Hospital, where we made donations of cash, medical equipment, and also paid medical bills of some patients who, even though well, but were not discharged because they could not pay their hospital bills. Visit to Zango community and the neighboring and offering free medical treatments. Renovation of the area command clinic, renovation of the sentry post, the sentry and entrance gate to the barracks, installation of 30 solar-powered street lights in the barrack, planting of 150 coconut trees in the ECOWAS joint border post premises. I urge my members to put in more effort, achieve more, and to support the national president to ensure COWA stand the test of time. The Controller General is known for his goal orientation, and leadership skills. And they say behind every successful man is a supportive wife. It is our prayer that the national president achieve all that she has set out to do for COWA in support of her husband. We thank all who contributed in cash and kind to make today a success. We thank the CGC for the medical equipment donated to Seme Clinic. For all those that came from afar, we say thank you for coming.
I'm very honored to be here today. On behalf of our association, COWA, I congratulate you and your officers for the sacrifices that you have made to facilitate trade and keep Nigeria and Nigerians safe. We understand the occupational hazards and the accommodation challenges that you face here at Seme. We are aware that some officers travel daily from Badagry and other parts of Lagos to Seme due to the accommodation problems. This is why I'm encouraging the members of COWA to give full support to their husbands. Please don't put additional stress on your husbands. Make the home a refuge. Make it a place where they come back to and rest after a hard day's job. I also wish to kindly appeal to the management of the Nigeria Customs Service to build more houses for officers to reduce the stress of traveling long distances. Our visit here today is to acquaint you with the activities of our association, COWA, which is a non-profit charitable organization set up on the 13th of August 2009 to promote the welfare of the families of customs officers and also to foster the bond and friendship, unity, and understanding among customs officers' wives. As a non-profit charitable organization dedicated to supporting the spouses and the families of customs officers, COWA works to ensure the attainment of its mandate through various outreach programs, including the promotion of family values, training, empowerment schemes, as well as regular enlightenment and education of its members. We also extend support to widows and children of fallen customs officers, as well as orphanages across the country. Specifically, the aims of COWA include the following: organizing seminars and workshops for wives of customs officers and members of the larger community, promoting activities that will support the federal government poverty eradication program, as well as reduce infant and maternal mortality rates, promoting and supporting the welfare of the wives of customs officers, and establishing schools and skills acquisition centers. Members of COWA are wives of serving officers from the rank of Assistant Superintendent of Customs, ASC2. We have a strong active board of trustees and executives in place to support us in driving our objectives. COWA, under our leadership, is rebranding and repositioning itself to add more value to its members and to the larger society. Being a relatively young association, we have committed ourselves to learning best practices from other well-established NGOs with similar outlook and objectives as ours. These NGOs include the Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, the POA, Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOWA, and Police Officers' Wives Association, POA, among others. We have identified specific areas of needs that we intend to focus our attention on in the short and medium term. These areas include training our members on family health and well-being, skill acquisition, business training and empowerment programs, providing support to the wives and children of fallen officers, support for orphanages, embarking on campaign against drug abuse, and promotion of basic education.
One bag for one person. Thank you very much.
Oh, do something.
Wọ́n lè fi tìwọ́ lára wọn kó lè jí pépé.